All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Race number one. Patrick Pieper and Indy Kirchenbauer on the front row. Jason McCod, Colin McDonough on the second row. Brian Hewitts, Justin Swafford on the third row. Ryan McDaniel will hopefully get back in midway through. Waiting on the drivers to get stacked up. Remember, it is a standing start here tonight. Sounds like one of them's trying to see if they can blow their engine before the start. Looks like just waiting on Indy to take to the grid. Tim, can you hear it now, buddy? Will Indy make the grid? No, they'll re-qualify for the oval there, Kenny. Everybody else stacked up. Indy Kirchenbauer has dominated this season, but has not got on the grid. He is probably about out of time. Yep, here we go. Indy will not make the grid. He'll have to start from pit road as green flag is in the air. They are down and away at the Las Vegas Roval, which until a few weeks ago, I did not even know this Roval existed. Indy Kirchenbauer is on his way off pit road. Oh, no, they'll do a rolling start for the race at the bull ring. Don't forget, just 2 weeks left in the season. We'll be back to Wednesdays next week. Next week, though, is going to be a lot of fun. We're at the Sonoma Road Course and the Sonoma Rally Cross Track. And the final week will be at Long Beach for the road course and the Coliseum for the oval race. Wow, everybody makes it through that turn off the oval clean. Patrick Pieper still out front. Swafford has come to pit road unexpectedly. They do not need to make a pit stop in this first race. Swafford, I did not see have any issues off the start. Hans, good evening, buddy. How are you feeling? Swafford is on his way back out. He was in quick and out quick. I don't think he'll hold on to fifth. Indy has already gotten by. Patrick Pieper, meanwhile, checking out. McCall in second. Ryan Hewitt having a great run in third, but McDonough in fourth, right on his bumper. And folks, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and the YouTubes. We have put a lot of YouTube shorts out this week, including a lot of very funny trucking shorts, and a whole lot more to come. Oh, Swafford is in trouble. We knew it was going to happen. Getting to the infield, it was just a question of when. There he comes out of NASCAR turn 2, down the back straightaway. Downshifting hard on the brakes, back in, snaps out, and he kisses the tire barrier. Minimal damage to the car, and he gets rolling again, but that was a huge setback for Swafford. Well, Ants, definitely keep me posted how Monday goes, buddy. I hope you get to feeling better. Peeper back across the line has a 2.5 second lead over McCall. Hewitt now in third. Colin McDonough not far behind in fourth. Indy Kirchenbauer now up into fifth. Swafford back to sixth. It is weird, as you'll note from the track map, that this racetrack, the start-finish line for the Roval, is in the infield. It is not on the NASCAR start-finish line. That could come into play, especially in that second race. And don't forget, after the second Roval race, we'll go just across the street. Oh no! McCall in trouble. McDonough gets by, Hewitt gets by. McCall has towed it to pit road, and Indy is had a problem. Let's take another look at Jason McCall's incident as he comes down the back straightaway. Looks like on the brakes, the back end just steps out and is aimed just right into that corner. Fortunately, gets out of the way, no problems. Then a moment later, Indy Kirchenbauer coming down the back straightaway as well. Makes the turn into the infield, but overshoots the entry. Does get it gathered up, but a bit of a close call there. We knew that turn into the infield was going to bring about some chaos here tonight. The other thing that could cause problems for all the drivers is the gravel on both sides of this infield part of the track. We've seen drivers off into the gravel quite a bit in practice. And remember, iRacing has a new debris model. If they come back on the track, throw some of that gravel out, it's going to cause some chaos. Indy Kirchenbauer and Jason McCall have had another problem. Was it the same turn again? There's Indy coming down the back straightaway into the infield turn. On the brakes, locks him up. He does manage to get through. McCall on his way back off pit road. And something went horribly wrong. Either something went wrong or he got lost there for a moment. And Indy Kirchner has had another problem. He has towed it to pit road. Here's Indy coming through the infield. The kid has dominated all season long, but Vegas, he has not been lucky here tonight. Comes off the rumble strip, goes right into the pit road wall. Looks like through the gravel, trying to get it back going again. Heavy damage to his car. And does pull over and tows her back to pit road. Rough end to the kids' first race of the night. Patrick Pieper, though, is loving this. He is cruising out to a 11-second lead over Colin McDonough. Brian Hewitt now in third. Swofsky up to fourth. Jason McCall holds on to fifth. Patrick Pieper coming down the straightaway. Barney waves the white flag one more time around. 2.25 turns, 2.25 miles, 12 turns to go for Patrick Pieper. Off to a great start for him here tonight. Indy is on his way back out, but he'll still come home in 6th place. Jason McCall holds on to second. Brian Hewitt gaining a little bit of ground in third. Swafford in fourth. Had he not had that problem early, he is flying around here. But just too far behind after that early incident. One last hard left off the banking. Pieper gets it right again. Two more right-hand turns, and Patrick Pieper will get it done here tonight. He will win race 1 at the Las Vegas Roval. Colin McDonough coming home in second. Brian Hewitt comes across in third. On to race 2, and they will start race 2 as they finish this. Remember, race 2 a little bit longer. They will have to make a fuel stop. And once they complete that, it'll be on to the bull ring. These cars just about perfect for the bull ring. The bigger cars out on that track, things get a little bit worse. There's just not a lot of space, and the drivers will be leaning on each other. All right, here we go. Race 2. Patrick Pieper and Colin McDonough starting up front. Brian Hewitt, Justin Swafford in the second row. Jason McCall, Indy Kirchenbauer in the third row. We may see Ryan back in the race at some point. Here we go, standing start. Green flag is in the air, they are away. Andy Kirchenbauer has won the most races this season by far. Had all those problems in the first race. Can he make up ground in the second one? Patrick Pieper had been on Indy's heels all season long. Now might have a chance to open up a little ground between them. Brian Hewitt has already made a move up into second. Hewitt's been getting faster and faster on the road courses. We might potentially see him in victory lane before the season is out. And don't worry, folks, there is... Oh, no, we've got a wreck on the back straightaway. McDonough's around. Swafford is around. And let's see if we can see what happened back behind. There's Colin coming out of NASCAR 2. Swafford has the draft. And it looked like Swafford may have just given him a bad bump. Let's see what it looks like from the blimp. Swafford with the big advantage coming out of turn 2. Oh, he gets a huge run, and there may have been a bit of net code at play as well in that situation. Patrick Pieper has already opened up a gap on Hewitt. Indy, who made up a lot of ground, now battles Hewitt for second. And something is badly wrong with Indy. Looks like he just got loose out of 2 and was fighting for grip. Indy now to second. Hewitt still on his bumper in third. McCall back and forth. McDonough battling with Swafford for 5th and 6th. And oh, McDonough goes wide. Pieper now headed back out to the oval. He's got a 3-second lead on the kid, Andy Kirchenbauer. Brian Hewitt in third, losing ground to Indy, and now he's got to watch his mirror. McCall is closing in. Jason just 2.1 seconds back. Justin Swafford now up into 5th. Colin McDonough in 6th. He's got to get that car to pit road and get it fixed. It is beat up. He's likely going to try and make that car last until he can get within his fuel window. As soon as he's within the fuel window, we will see him on pit road. Oh, Pieper goes a little bit wide through the final turn, right out to the wall, almost gave it a kiss. And Pieper's lead is starting to shrink. Indy just set the fastest lap of the night. He is 2.6 seconds back and gaining. He was over half a second faster than Patrick on the last lap. Brian Hewitt in third, McCall in fourth. That gap is stabilized for the moment. Justin Swafford back in 5th is closing ground on Jason and Brian. He is 12 seconds back, but with the time remaining and a pit stop looming, Swafford might still be able to get back in the fight. Also, I could be mistaken, but it does look like Swafford has finally ditched the Ford. Maybe that's why he is doing so good here tonight and had so much more power than he expected. He has Chevy power tonight. Peepers lead 2 1/4 seconds over the Kid. Hewitt back in 3rd, now 3.4 seconds back. Last time by, though, he started to pull away from McCall once again, now 3.2 seconds ahead. Meanwhile, Swafford 11.5 seconds behind McCall and gaining. Most of these guys just trying to get settled into a rhythm until they're in the pit window. Folks, don't forget to be following on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. We made that big announcement last night. We've got a lot more coming, a lot more racing to come. Definitely want to keep everybody informed. Colin McDonough has had a problem back behind. Colin out of NASCAR 2 down the back straightaway, headed to the turn into the infield that has bit everybody tonight. He gets on the brakes, goes for a little drift, but gets the car straightened back out and going again. Still a rough night for Colin. And the gap is closing. Andy Kirchenbauer inching closer and closer to Patrick Pieper. He's now 1.5 seconds back. And Patrick Pieper is on pit road. He's going to get his stop in. Andy Kirchenbauer stays out. Brian Hewitt is in. Jason McCall on his way in as well. Justin Swafford stays out. I expect we will see Colin McDonough in this time. No, Colin did not come to pit road. That is a shock. Andy Kirchenbauer now has the lead, followed by Swafford and McDonough. Pieper now on his way back off of pit road. McCall and Hewitt both on their way out. And will Indy make the left-hand turn onto pit road this time? He does not. He's going to keep stretching it out. Ryan McDaniel has got in the car. We'll see him off pit road in a moment as Jason McCall and Colin McDonough have both had problems. There's Jason McCall right as he comes out of pit road. Brian Hewitt right behind. Well, it doesn't look like McCall had any issues. Colin McDonough out of NASCAR 2. And once again, that turn to the infield just bites him. He keeps it out of the wall and pointed the right way. He does go to pit road this time. Andy Kirchenbauer and Justin Swafford, the top two, still have not been in. And Swafford has had a problem. Swafford coming down the back straightaway. Makes that turn into the infield, just checks it up. Doesn't look like he got the tire barrier that time, but it was a close one. Swafford has gone to pit road. Andy Kirchenbauer still staying out. Patrick Pieper now up into third place. Make that second as he goes by pit road. Jason McCall in fourth, Brian Hewitt in fifth. Also starting to close back in on each other. And Swafford is out. Swafford comes out right behind Hewitt and McCall. Swafford has picked up a lot of ground here tonight. Andy Kirchenbauer has a little problem, goes off into the gravel. He has gotten the car to pit road. Now the question is, can he get back out before Pieper gets there? Pieper out of the final turn, down the front straightaway. Indy still in his pit box, and Patrick Pieper reclaims the lead as Brian Hewitt has had a problem. Brian Hewitt up battling third on back. And we have seen that turn get everybody tonight. I bet you every one of these drivers wishes that opening to the infield was a little bit bigger. Just on the brakes, the car slides right into that tire wall. Patrick Pieper out front, but the man on the move is Swafford, now in second, and it does appear Indy had a problem on pit road. He has drifted back to fifth. Patrick Pieper has a 16.5-second lead over Swafford with 5 minutes to go. Jason McCall in third, Brian Hewitt in fourth, Indy Kirchhammer in fifth, Colin McDonough in sixth, Ryan McDaniel now out on track in seventh. Pieper, definitely one of his best races of the season here tonight. Also an exceptional night for Justin Swafford, who had problems early on and has fought his way back into second. A great race tonight also for Jason McCall up in third. Indy Kirchhammer battling with Brian Hewitt for fourth. Indy takes the position. Bit of a checkup brings Hewitt back to his bumper as Ryan McDaniel has had a problem. Well, looks like Ryan had a couple of off tracks a moment before. He had a slowdown, had to pull over. And it does sound like Kenny Storkson will be there for the bull ring. What could possibly go wrong? Patrick's lead now 16.1 seconds. Swafford is chipping away, but it's not going to be enough unless Patrick makes a big mistake. It does appear Pieper has settled into a rhythm. He does not have to push it, he just has to keep it on track. Justin Swafford still in second, McCall in third. Indy in fourth is running down Jason McCall, but the gap is 6 1/4 seconds at the moment. Brian Hewitt in fifth. Colin McDonough, after getting repairs, has been turning some fast laps. But he is 18.5 seconds back from Hewitt. Pieper gets through that turn into the infield without a problem. His last few laps have been slower, but he's doing what he needs to do. Keep it consistent and steady. He's got a big lead. He doesn't need to push it. At this point, he just needs to finish. And the white flag flies one more time around for Patrick Pieper as India's had a problem. Here's Indy coming down the back straightaway. Makes the turn into the infield and smacks the tire barrier with the back end. Take a look at this one from the blimp. We saw this happen to everybody in practice. Just push a little too hard and that back end will end up in that barrier. Patrick Pieper is back into the infield, just 2 turns away from victory lane again. And here he comes out of the final turn, loses the back. He's going to reverse it across the start-finish line. And here he comes. Patrick Pieper gets the win at the Vegas Roval. And he wins in style. Swafford brings it home in second, and Jason McCall in third. Let's see if we can talk to our top 3, starting with Jason. Jason, congratulations, man. You just kept it steady, and it put you on the podium. And you're muted, by the way.
No, thank you. Sorry about that muting. Definitely wasn't my cleanest race, but I'll take third.
Oh, man, you managed to keep it pointed the right way when everybody around you was having problems tonight. You kept going forward, and that seemed to be all you needed to do.
Yep, we just drive these cars on the ragged edge, man. It's pretty wild, so I definitely had a lot of fun out there, and congrats to Pat.
Well, man, congratulations to you. Great job.
Thank you.
Justin Swafford coming home in second. Swafford, man, problems early. You were at the back, and then lo and behold, you charge forward and take second.
Well, had to work for that one.
It looked like it. Man, you were laying down some of the fastest laps of the night as you came up through the field, and that was a really impressive run.
Thanks. Yeah, once we wrecked there at the beginning, I was kind of just driving angry at that point. Sorry to whoever I took out there in the beginning. I was just watching my mirror, unfortunately, and fortunately it's product of just racing and me locking up and driving over my head. So, but it was a good win, good race, good win to Patrick.
Oh, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
And finally, our winner, Patrick Pieper. Patrick, you managed to get it done here tonight, and you had some great finish line skill there.
Thanks, Doug. Yeah, no, I just, throughout the race, I was feeling like the back end was coming out on that turn, and I looked at my relative coming down the backstretch on the last lap, and I was like, I think I'm gonna try and do a little J-hook and go across the line backwards. But no, that was a tough race. It was mainly just being about really avoiding the catastrophe in the unnamed corner, I guess you could call it. And yeah, just trying to be consistent. I mean, it helped a little bit that Indy and Justin didn't have the best heat races, and they started towards the back, because I feel like if they would have been towards the front with me, we would have had a pretty good battle going. But no, I just tried to stay consistent out there once I took the lead and just hit marks and not screw up, and it worked out pretty well.
Well, it definitely worked out really, really well. Congratulations, buddy.
All right, thanks a lot, Doug. See you at the bullring.
Patrick Pieper gets the win, and folks, now we pack him up, drive him across the road to the bull ring as we get ready to do battle on the oval. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you in just a few moments at the Las Vegas bull ring. Kenny Storkson apparently is going to be in the car. It's going to get good. Stick around, everybody.